What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today we're going to react to this No Jumper video. This No Jumper video is 21 hours old and has 24,000 views. Not a good sign for No Jumper. But this is titled Wack Reacts to Suckafree104 being killed and his anti-black raps going viral. This is I'm reacting to this because a few people asked me to. I made sure that I went over and heard a portion of the song that this piece of shit Adam is talking about. Any chance he can get, man. Any chance he can get to try to stoke a fire, create a beef, create a war, create hatred between the black and brown community, this piece of shit is going to do it. And people keep allowing it to happen, man. This type of video is the reason why he talks about Gunner and I. You know, as if he's from the world that we were a part of. As if he could have hung in that world. But so some people asked me to do my reaction to this, and I haven't listened to a single second of this video because I want to have an authentic reaction. I did go over to the Suckafree104. Even though this guy and I do not like each other, I always give credit where credit's due. Go over to Haters World, and he has a short that he put out. And it is him actually asking Suckafree104 about that song, asking him whether he's a racist and the basis behind the lyrics. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to speak to what he said, but you can go over there and hear from him, his own words, his own mouth. But I'm interested to hear what the Puppet Master has to say and how he's going to try to trick Wack into saying something, but I just don't think Wack's gonna do it. We'll see. Let's see.
All right, you know about this guy Suckafree who was killed over the weekend?
Mexican too,
from Lennox.
And he was disrespecting blacks or something.
So apparently
that was an old song.
3 years.
It was an old song. Okay, 3 years
old.
Oh, okay. So that ain't what it's about. So they didn't revamp the song.
It wasn't because of that by any means. They
revamped the song because he got killed.
No, but okay, this is
no. From my understanding, he got killed, and people are just bringing it up. I don't think they re-released the song whatsoever. That song is where it came out when it came out, and it is what it is. But there are people that are bringing it up, and you know, it's a damn shame. But if I get an opportunity, I'm gonna make an opportunity. If I'm not given an opportunity to say what that youngster had to say about the lyrics and why he made the song.
A Swifty Blue diss called Call It Like I See It. And apparently this is, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to this whole stream up by doing that. But apparently on it, he has bars where he says, I'm basically going to shoot a black person if I see one in the set, and I don't care if they're a gangbanger. Which is...
He mentions Crips and Bloods in the song too. Dick. You know, this dude is something else, for reals. He wants to create warfare for one reason or another. We don't know yet, right? Allegedly, we don't know.
If I see one in the set, and I don't care if they're a gangbanger, which is troubling to a lot of people.
I mean, is it troubling or is it what it is?
I mean, you tell me, because I think a lot of us are.
So the guy from the gang world just set the record straight. That's what it is in that environment. And then this clown BMX New Hampshireite, or I don't know what they call those guys, wants to continue the conversation. The conversation was over. Wack ended it right there. Hey, that's the way it is in that environment on both sides, right? Unfortunately, not all of them, and this dude's choosing to frame it in a way that's a little bit out of context.
are willing to accept that there's racial politics and that there are Mexican gangs who don't f- with black people and vice versa. But usually it seems like it pertains to gang members, not
I'm
random
gonna
civilians.
keep it real though. I believe what he described has happened on both sides. It's because it
Man,
happened.
shout out. Do I have applause here? Hold on, man. Do I have applause on my stuff? I think I do. Let's get another bar there.
I believe what he described has happened on both sides. It's because it happened on one side. I think the other side probably returned the favor. Shit happens. Do I agree? No, I don't agree. But just keeping it real, I believe it's some innocent Hispanics as well as some innocent brothers, black people, male and female, that's been victimized because of, their race.
That's a fact, man. I can. This is the first time I've ever heard Wax say something that I was totally, entirely in agreement with. And he's keeping it real on this topic. And it is an unfortunate thing. And I will say that when it comes to raza, it doesn't matter if the victim is black, white, Asian, raza. If it's a woman, if it's a child, and even a lot of times if it's an elderly person, there's going to be repercussions within the group. You don't target those people. That's bad publicity. That's bad business right there. Because what that does is it opens the door for our women, children, and elderly to be victimized. Now, this guy, Suckafree104, was asked by Blue Devil about the song. And he said at the time, he was 19 years old when he made the song, right? He was a jail baby, and he said the main thing was at the time that he made the song, Mexican street vendors, innocent people who were out there working hard, were being attacked. And he said he was holding a mirror up to the streets. Like, this is what's happening. This is what it's going to be. You're going to target these innocent, most of the time elderly men and women who are out there selling in the neighborhood, trying to just feed their families. You're going to attack them. You're not attacking gang members. You're not attacking somebody in the streets. You're not attacking somebody in the criminal world. You're going after innocent people that are just trying to feed their family. And that's what Suckafree was talking about. He was holding up a mirror, and his anger was the anger that a lot of raza had at the time. Like, how in the fuck do you target those people? And I'll say this because it's only right. The Hoovers did it, and what did the Hoovers do? They put it on the internet. They disciplined their people. There were a lot of blacks at that same time that spoke out and said, you don't fuck with those people, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I think it was more of this generation youth thing than anything. But does it make it right to put out a song talking about everybody? No. But was that the sentiment in his heart, seeing his people, the raza being targeted, innocent raza being targeted? That's what he felt, man. And that's what a lot of raza felt. And if there would have been the shoe was on the other foot, and some black people that were just out there trying to sell stuff were getting targeted by raza, the blacks would with their bigger platform would have made the same type of noise and said the same type of stuff. Because you're speaking from the heart. You're being basically what hip-hop was originally supposed to be. It was supposed to be basically the news of the streets. From the streets point of view. So let's get back into it.
And one gang mad about what another gang has done. You drive around and you can't find nobody, and you that mad about it. Sometimes they just, do what they do. It's ignorance. I don't think it's right.
Do you think it's in very bad taste that we're discussing this after he lost his life?
I do. I'm gonna say for myself, I do, because there's no context to what you're saying. And Adam 16 is always saying that he's a journalist. It's journalism. Well, there's ethics to journalism. And you can't fucking be a journalist when you want to, and then just a fucking gossiper which is what you usually are, keep shit in context. Go and listen to the song. Listen to the interview where he spoke for himself. And he didn't say what he said, that he didn't justify what he was saying. He didn't say what he said was right. He was saying it's what he felt at the time, and he was holding a mirror up. But, you know, the 16, he's not going to want to say all that. You know, and this is, and the cool thing is, I believe Lush, Almighty, and Brick Baby did a live, and initially Almighty and Brick were saying, you know, condolences to the guy, this and that, and somebody requested, and Lush asked, hey, I'll give the $100, and I don't even like Lush. He said, I'll give the $100 back. I'll pay the $100 for you not to play that song. And they said they wanted to play it, and then after they played it, then they turned around, fuck that guy, man, all the condolences, we take that back. They talked crazy to Lush, and he's like a dummy, sat there and accepted it, you know, and it's just like, at least have context. They have Brick and Almighty have the right to feel a certain way, but they also should have the whole entire picture and then draw a conclusion. Because I don't think, if I remember right, I think Brick said that wasn't cool going after the street vendors. I think Almighty might have said the same thing. And this youngster was speaking about that time. That song was released during that time. You know, so I don't know, man. This dude, I really can't stand the puppeteer over here, the puppet master. You know, money ain't worth the type of shit he brings to the table, man. That's just my way of seeing it and thinking.
Is this the kind of thing that should just be ignored?
We discuss everybody, bro. Biggie Smalls says it. Nobody never heard this dude. You're nobody until somebody kills you. Nobody. It's a lot of people get killed. It'd be such and such rapper from here.
Yeah.
Nobody never heard the dude. But the people that, you know him locally, right? So it is what it is. But what they're trying to do is tie what he said in the song 3-4 years ago as if that's the reason why he's been unalive today. Could be.
No way.
Ain't no telling, right? But
so when Wax says, you know, he's quoting Biggie, you're nobody until somebody shoots you. Okay, then why just focus on this song? And why is this brought up on No Jumper on more than one occasion now? What's the agenda? What's the end game scenario when you say, hey, man, I want you guys to bring that up. Hey, I'm going to bring it up with Wack, but I want you guys to bring it up as well. He had a bigger catalog than that one song. Where's the discussion about that? I think that's the problem that people have with the way the 16 does this shit, you know?
What I heard
that
was
drives the narrative.
It was inter-hood shit that he got into a situation with somebody from where he's from. Because I saw somebody from where he's from saying this was not an op situation. And definitely wasn't because of some song from 3 years ago. But, I mean, okay, so the fallout from this on this podcast, on Tuesday after we did this long-ass podcast, they did a music stream. And they went to play the song in which he apparently said these racist comments. And Lush was so upset about the fact that this was going to be played, I think because he might be a little bit worried about getting packed out as a result, that he got so drunk that he ended up passed out in the lobby of the No Jumper office.
Why? Lush not Mexican.
Well, I think that Lush is from a Sereno hood. But
no, he's not. Come on, man. Stop throwing that word around. You don't know what it means, man. First of all, that's a prison term. The motherfuckers use it on the streets. It's crazy that people are using it on the streets. The cops are the ones that push that agenda to label these neighborhoods that thing because that thing is connected directly to something.
He's been told not to talk about it, right? Is that the vibe you got?
He's a tagger.
He even said it was AI.
Lush was proposing that the song might have been AI. Imagine somebody 3 years ago wanting to make a racist AI song of this guy.
Yeah, Lush tripping.
God, man. This dude, he's diabolical around dummies. That, you know, it matters nothing whatsoever to be the brightest bulb in a box full of dim ones, and that's what this dude is. He puts a bunch. I met dudes like that in the joint. You know, when when they changed the system in the joint, and this is I'm getting in the weeds, but I'm gonna just do that because that's what this fucking asshole reminds me of. When they changed the system from the llavero to the mesa system, you had dudes that would get the letter, hey, Holmes, put a mesa together, 3 to 5 people, whatever, whoop, whoop. And the dude would immediately try to keep it as small as possible. 3 dudes on the mesa that he handpicks, and he picks yes men, so he's still the llavero. He just has these 2 dudes that he can talk into doing anything and agreeing with him. That's what this fool is, man. He wants yes men around him. Wack I don't think is his yes man, but Wack knows how to capitalize on this dude, capitalize on this environment, and he's doing it. 4Extra, I think, is the same kind of. He's a little more wild, and that's why his ass is sitting down right now. He'll be out soon, and I predict he won't stay on No Jumper because this dude, the 16, is going to play that weird shit with him, and at some point, 4Extra is going to let him know, hey, that shit ain't fly, and then next thing you know, he's going to be banned from the building.
But so Lush was so upset about it, and Almighty basically told him that he would beat the shit out of him if it wasn't, if it wasn't Lush, who he's already beat the shit out of.
Lush and Almighty, neither one of them can fight. We saw the video. It looked like when Almighty's punch landed, it looked like his whole body almost exploded because of the impact. He's built like a 97-year-old woman, okay? And I'm sorry that I had to go in like that, but, the 16 wants to bring this stuff up. And Lush, zero fighting skills. There's no way that punch did that to him, right? But it is what it is. He showed up, he pulled up, and took a dive. He got cracked, took a dive, and, it is what it is. But just sit there and let that dude threaten you, man, Lush. You can't have it both ways. And people will talk to you the way they know they can. And he knows he can. And when Lush plays that tough guy role, when it comes to me and other content creators, it's hilarious to us. But it's just the confidence people build being around this clown where everybody knows, don't act up. You talk all the shit you want, but don't act up. This is the weirdest platform there is, man. It truly is.
That he would have beat his ass for being so defensive of somebody who made a song saying that they would gladly kill a non.
What was Lush's response to the other little guy, the Blaxican guy in Orange County?
Probably like overtly understanding and like, oh, well, you got to understand from their world, this is like this or whatever. I feel like he was probably very accommodating.
But yet when I give...
Lush is a sucker, man. This dude is basically saying that Lush is going to co-sign anything bad that a Mexican does. Oh, man. And Lush will fucking show up and suck this dude's balls. As soon as he calls. He could call him at 3 in the morning and say, get to the studio. And Lush will fucking run over there, boogers in his eyes. This is why this dude, the 16, acts the way he acts, man. It's a trip. But you see, again, zero journalism. So whenever he talks about journalism, make sure you hit him in the comments, man. Give him some interaction. He's not a journalist. He's a bum. He's a plant. He's a fed. He hates that we point it out, those of us that do. It's obvious he's protected by something bigger than the streets. That's them alphabet boys. His dad was pardoned by Clinton. They got them weirdo ties go way back, man. Bill Clinton is a verified weirdo. This dude, we already know all the allegations. Just Google it. And he hates every time I bring it up. Stop talking about us. But this right here is some bullshit. You don't put in context. At least let people decide on their own when they hear this song came out when Mexicans were being attacked. Civilians, food vendors were being attacked. And this youngster, 19-year-old kid, was upset. and made a song. And like Whack 100 said, you know, that sentiment was on both sides, has been throughout times. It isn't by everybody. It's an unfortunate thing. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.